Here's the issue. The 3-5-1 start. In the same way that the Ravens started 1-5. When you start like that, it's normally an anchor that weighs you down in the back half of the season because the margin for error gets that much slimmer.
Yep.
Okay. The Texans starting 0-3, currently being 7-5, is the difference between them being in the wild card or in first place or sniffing it like they are entering week 14. And they, in order to keep surging, need to just go into Arrowhead and beat a desperate Chiefs team on a Sunday night. They got to go into a nationally televised night game in Arrowhead, which I'll tell you what, since Mahomes has taken over, I don't need research to tell me. Chiefs usually win those games. So when you start 0-3, that's a problem. When you start 3-5-1 and you've won 3 in a row and you look like you're a top 5 team in the NFL, they almost cracked my top 5 of my power rankings this week, and for good reason, because they were playing complementary football. They were playing defense like we hadn't seen over the first 2 months of the season because Quinnen Williams is here. DeMarvion Overshown is here. They got better rostering. They got guys back. They're getting guys back healthier on the back end of the defense. And when you lose a game like last night and you're now 6-1 and you put up the NFC standings, the Dallas Cowboys are in trouble because they're sitting there 10th, a half game behind the Panthers. And there's the Lions at 8. The Lions are 8-5. That's not good enough to have a wild card position. And Dallas just lost to them. Now, again, that one tie will be removing the Dallas Cowboys from any negative tie-break situation because how are you going to tie anybody when you have a tie and only one other team does? And that's Green Bay. And the problem for them is Green Bay. Even if Green Bay loses to the Bears, they're 2 behind Green Bay with 4 to go. So they need to win out and get a ton of hope that lands in reality. And Dallas's remaining games, you take a look at them, are winnable because they're Sunday night at home in Week 15 against Minnesota. Okay? We're all assuming that's a win, the way that Minnesota's playing, and we'll see how J.J. McCarthy looks returning, and I hope he does, as you know, show up as the 9 that he referred to himself as, unfortunately, a few weeks ago. Then they've got the Chargers at home. That's going to be tough because Jim's going to need that, and the Chargers are going to need that.
And we're going to need that.
You're going to need it, too. I know. At Washington, at the Giants to finish things up. You give them 3 wins. Let's just say you win 3 of the 4. That's not going to be good enough.
No.
You got to win all 4 of them. And then you got to hope for other results to land.
I think winning the 4 is doable.
Sure.
But to say we're in trouble,
you are.
We were already in trouble, though. I mean,
But
and we had a nice little
streak.
streak.
You were climbing out of it. You were climbing out of it. And rightfully so, you were climbing out of it.
The fact is, had we even won yesterday, we'd still be in trouble. So
no, you'd be in a better position. You'd be in that realm of a third of a chance of making the playoffs as opposed to a 10th. I mean, that's where you are right now.
They just got to handle business. 4 games.
No, I know you can't. I know you
and
can't scoreboard watch and cross fingers, and you got to play games. Dak, after last night's game in which he had a season-high passing yards, 376. CeeDee Lamb goes out with a concussion. I mean, you saw his hands pop up. I mean, you saw his hands pop up. You knew something was up.
Yeah, that was it.
He already had his 26th career 100-yard passing game, and Flournoy did what he did as well.
Stepped up.
Right, and we'll get to Pickens in a minute. I mean, Javonte Williams, listen, the offense is, here's what, they ran into a team that got hot because they have the ability to get hot. And
they were hungry
in a spot in Detroit where when it gets rolling, and like I said off the top of the show, Jahmyr Gibbs is absurd. He's amazing. He's generational. And he torched him. He torched him, and Goff did what he needed to do, and they just couldn't put enough pressure on Goff. And these things happen in the NFL in December. You're going to run into desperate opponents who are either just as good as you, maybe not better, and you need to play perfect football, and you need to have a better, significant weapon landing punches than a place kicker. I don't mean to just refer to Brandon Aubrey as a place kicker.
He's a weapon, Rich. He's a weapon.
First ever game in the history of the NFL in which a kicker had 3 field goals of 55 yards or longer. And the way he just swings his leg, it looks like, you know what? When Aubrey kicks a field goal, you know what it reminds me of? I swear, and I know I might be crazy in saying it.
Can I guess? Someone?
No, you wouldn't be able to guess it because it's golf.
I was about to say. Literally about to say someone a nice golf swing.
He looks like Fred Couples hitting a 9-iron.
I say Ernie, VJ, Freddie, smooth swings.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, tempo town.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Well, I mean, my golf.
I know you're not a golf guy, right? But that's what he looks like. Freddie,
more a cow guy.
You hit Freddie just hitting 9-irons, just flipping wedges. It looks like he's flipping a wedge every time he swings his leg.
And then he said he doesn't even know how far he can kick the ball.
That's crazy.
Because he's never really tried.
Well, he's going to have to at some point because I think the Cowboys at some point are just going to say screw it. We every torpedo must be damned.
Yeah.
And again, you got to sometimes play better than the ref's ref. I thought they did get a break on a safety being taken off the board.
Yeah, it looked like it was
certainly when Terry McAulay was very adamant about it being the wrong call. I do believe that reeked of New York getting into the ear of the Prime Video truck saying, you have the shot we used. Let's come back from break with it, please. And they did, and it did show you that the ball was out of the end zone.
Yeah, it was so close.
It was very close.
Offensive pass interference call on Ferguson at the end was absurd.
That was absurd. But look, that
was ridiculous.
I'll take the high ground and go, a lot of Detroit fans are saying that our left tackle was offsides. And so on that same play. So, I don't know.
Well,
it's like you always say, you got to play better than the refs.
I mean, I know it's not funny because they've lost, but that reaction by Schottenheimer after the offensive pass interference call got called against him was laugh out loud funny because he took his headset off and every single Sharpie that he has, different colors that were jammed into the brim of his cap, came flying out.
Looked like he had one of these pens.
It did make me laugh. It's just like, okay, But anyway, Dak, no laughing matter afterwards.
I think guys are pissed off right now. I don't think this is any deflated moment like, oh, hands are up, we're done. You know what I mean? Like, no, absolutely not. I think you're going to get a team that's pissed, especially as we talked about, right? A team that's kind of changed since the bye week. This is the first time this group, to an extent, suffered this. So I hope it pisses people off the right way. We use it as fuel. And I know, starting with myself, we'll make sure we have a great week of prep for next week.
Listen, I don't think the coaching's an issue. I don't think the want to is an issue. Although, I mean, the commentary after the game that Richard Sherman had in the direction of George Pickens was like he was on cruise control. And again, when a ball, he might have lost it in the lights. There was a ball just before the 2-minute warning that if Pickens had caught that and ran it into the end zone, that's exactly the setup that Dallas could have used down 2 scores. Is boom, come out of that 2-minute timeout. 2 timeouts left. Maybe you get it with like a minute to go. All you need is like 1 first down, and Aubrey will kick it from 70 and tie the game and send it to where it needs to go. Actually, they needed 2 touchdowns. So long story short is when the ball hit the ground, it was just like, what was that? And Steelers fans were like pointing at the screen like Rick Dalton GIF, like there it is. That's it.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Like that. That's it right there. All the Steeler front office like, that's it right there. That's it right there.
It's amazing how
quickly things change.
Thank you. Thank you. It's like you're in my head.
No. It's amazing how quickly things change and how he's one of the best receivers in the league, if not the second best behind Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he's doing all sorts of things. Awesome. 2 weeks ago, we were joking that he's turned CeeDee Lamb into Alvin Harper. Earlier this week, with him leaping over McDuffie, we're saying he's scraping his Pickens on people, and now it's just like, yeah, was he trying hard enough?
Right.
It's crazy.
Difference between winning and losing in this league is significant. And here's
all
what
good
has to
just a week
happen.
ago.
Dallas has got to win out and get some results. I don't know off the top of my head what the results are right now, but they're going to be a lot of them. A lot. And it's got to start on a Sunday night on NBC, and then they got to go take care of business at home in their final home game against the Chargers, and then show up on Christmas on Netflix with Bugs Bunny or whoever else is going to be there at this point in time, and we'll see what happens in the final game against the Giants, which they should clean up right there.
Eagles need to collapse, and you need one of the NFC West teams to fall apart too.
And by the way,
So we need help.
let me just stick the landing on this one. Eagles fans, remember I told you to take a chill pill. Now I'm seeing their magic number's 3. That's it. Wins and losses, combined wins and losses between them. The division is fine. It's going to be fine. Everybody relax. Because Dallas has now got to win out, and you've got to totally fall apart now, okay? Just win. And then the Commanders have a chance to play spoiler here with Jaden Daniels coming back. Because they take on the Eagles twice and the Cowboys once.
Well, you're a Commander fan now, TJ.
So, all right. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.